Welcome to Friday morning. Welcome to Friday morning Dharma on January 16th. Thank you for being here. Um, Before we get into our meditation, our morning meditation, I wanted to invite you to consider adopting a traditional meditation hand posture, also known as mudra, if you'd like. Um, this mudra, it's called the mudra of meditative equipoise, starts with your left hand resting in your lap with your palm facing upward, the back of your right hand resting in the palm of your left, and your thumbs touching softly in the region of your navel. I'm going to stand up so maybe the Zoomers can see this. We'll see how this goes. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like this. I found when I've meditated, when I first started trying to adopt this mudra, like it was kind of my fingers would drop forward like this, and I would try to bring him up straight, and it wasn't comfortable. A little secret, this is a little secret of 28 years of meditation. Just slide your hands out a little bit, and your thumbs will touch softly at the navel like that and make it nice. So you may be wondering why. What's the point of this mudra? And if you are wondering, good. It's said that the left hand represents or symbolizes wisdom. The right hand symbolizes compassion. And by folding our hands together in this way, we unify, create a balance between wisdom and compassion in our spiritual practice. Something that really compelled me when I heard the explanation of this for the first time. Even if your meditation goes very badly and you're not able to focus on your object of meditation at all, or so it seems like, just having this hand position, if everything else goes off the rails with your meditation practice, just having your hands in this position creates the karmic causes for you to actualize pure wisdom and pure compassion. So there you have it. Adopt it if you'd like. There will be no demerits if you choose not to adopt that position, that mudra. Without further ado, why don't we settle in for some meditation? Please take care to ensure that your spine is straight and relaxed. We're facing straight ahead with our head tilted slightly forward. Our mouth is closed. Our jaw is relaxed. And if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and softly close your eyes. And I'd like you to please bring your awareness to the crown of your head, to your scalp in particular. And I'd like you to allow at once all of the tiny muscles and nerves that support your scalp to become loose and completely relaxed. The tiny muscles and nerves at the top of your scalp and the back of your scalp and the sides of your scalp. Please allow all of these tiny muscles and nerves to at once release and become loose and deeply, deeply relaxed. Please allow the tiny muscles and nerves across your forehead, the tiny muscles that support your eyebrows, and all of the muscles in your face to become soft and completely relaxed. Your facial muscles may become so soft and relaxed that it feels as though the pores of your skin are opening up now. Your mind starts to relax as your body is starting to relax. And for the remainder of our meditation, I would invite you to bring your awareness not only to the words that you hear, but also to the silent gaps in between the words and in between the sentences. Please allow the tiny muscles that support your jaw to become soft and relaxed. Just allow any tension that you might be carrying in your jaw to dissipate, to drain away, to dissolve into empty space, to dissolve into space like emptiness. Your jaw may start to feel a bit heavier now, and it takes a gentle and deliberate effort to keep your jaw from dropping open. Please allow the muscles in your neck and your throat to become soft and relaxed, as well as the muscles in your shoulders, arms, forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers, all the way to your fingertips. And your mind relaxes as your body relaxes. And continue to be aware of the silent gaps. The muscles in your chest become soft and relaxed. And your lungs are now able to perform perfectly and without effort their natural function of breathing. The muscles in your abdomen, and likewise all of the muscles in your back, all of the muscles that support your shoulder blades and your spine. Allow these muscle sets to settle and to rest, to become soft and relaxed as you drop deeper and deeper on down and let yourself go. Please allow your immune system to rest, to relax, and therefore to strengthen. Your immune system is a physiological gift that functions to protect you. And for your immune system to function at an optimal level, no doing is required on your part. Nothing needs to be added. All that is asked of you is to rest relax, and allow. Allow your immune system to do that which it has naturally and perfectly evolved to do, and that is to protect you. So for the next moment or two, I'd like you to please just do exactly that. Rest, relax, allow. Rest, relax, allow. This could be a very beneficial approach to every situation in our life. The muscles in your hips and your pelvic area become soft and relaxed, as well as the muscles in your legs, knees, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. One by one, these muscle sets become completely soft and completely relaxed. The soles of your feet, even the muscles and nerves in the soles of your feet, even the tiny muscles and nerves at the tips of your toes, even your bodily fluids, even the marrow in your bones, even the cells that comprise the marrow in your bones are all resting and relaxed. Your body is like a mountain with consciousness now, balanced, grounded, stable, with ancient wisdom awareness. Your mind relaxes completely now as your body is completely relaxed. And let yourself go. All of the difficulties that you experience in your life, without exception, arise from these confused notions of self and other, me and mine and not yours. So let yourself go. For the last couple of moments of our meditation this morning, I'd like you to adopt the words rest, relax, and allow as a mantra, a mantra which we will silently recite to ourselves. If you'd like, please feel free to mount this mantra on your breath. With each inhalation, silently recite the word rest. At the top of your inhalation, relax. And on the exhalation, allow. Rest, relax, allow. Please silently recite this mantra mounted on the breath for the last couple of moments of our meditation. Rest, relax, allow. Now, please gently redirect your awareness. Become aware again of your physical body and allow your breathing to become less shallow. Taking deeper and deeper breaths, become aware again of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of your physical body. Become aware again of your surroundings inside the room that you are occupying. Deeper and deeper breaths, becoming aware again of the world that exists outside of the room that you're occupying. We dedicate all of the merit, all of the positive energy from this morning's meditation to world peace. May all beings without exception be completely free from all forms of emotional and physical suffering. May all beings without exception enjoy inner and outer freedom. May they be happy, peaceful, and contented. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Thank you. Thank you, and welcome back. So, those of you who partake of the Medicine Buddha meditation on Saturday mornings know that rest, relax, and allow language is kind of a staple of our Saturday morning meditation. And somehow, I don't know where, but I got the download that that would make a really good mantra. Rest, relax, allow. Um, I think it can have applicability in our daily lives when we are feeling stressed, maybe at night when we're having trouble getting to sleep. Yeah, kind of maybe an immediate, impactful benefit with what might be troubling us at any particular moment during our daily life. But it also has profound, deep meaning to allow. Any Dharma master worth his or her salt will give the advice of resisting nothing. Resist nothing. In fact, those of you who have read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, I don't know if those of you who've read the book, you might remember at the intro, he says, during kind of his dark night of the soul, which immediately preceded his kind of his awakening, the words came to him, resist nothing, resist nothing. What's the opposite of resisting? Accepting or allowing, allowing things to be as they are. We've got two choices in any situation that arises. We can resist it, and we know how that's gone, resisting what is, or even crazier, resisting what was, resisting what has already happened in the past. Or I think a much wiser approach, allowing, allowing this situation or this person to be as they are. Yeah, just allow them to be. Beautiful. And maybe this mantra can be a of helpful reminder of this wisdom practice. So deep, this practice of acceptance slash allowing. It's like it's like Dharma 101, kind of one of the very first lessons, and it's PhD Dharma too, it's just like so covers the gamut. Anyways, so back to the life of Buddha. Buddha, um, so we have covered his life in the palace, very, very luxurious, very opulent. Anything he wanted, anything he needed was there for him. He saw the kind of shallowness of that existence. Um, Maybe shallowness isn't a great word. Maybe it's just good to say he saw the futility in that lifestyle as a means of overcoming the problems of his life, the problems of his mind, the problems of the world, remember? And that was demonstrated to him when he ventured outside of the palace walls and saw people aging, becoming sick, and dying, right? So he left the palace in the middle of the night with the aid of an attendant, and became a homeless monk, became a homeless wandering monk, entered the path of asceticism, you know, denying himself the basic necessities of life, water, food, shelter, even clothing, just sitting or standing or meditating or just being in the elements, whatever they are. Rainy season, scorching heat, which the country of India is kind of famous for, um, almost died, came just sounds like just within a hair of dying, and he was saved. The story, some versions of the story of the life of Buddha say he was saved by a young woman, young woman, recovered and concluded, no, the path of asceticism, this path of denying the basic necessities, not a valid path either. He decided he needed to find a way forward, a a middle way between like extreme indulgence or extreme deprivation. And for those of you who are practiced in Dharma, knowledgeable in Dharma, you know that this is the first middle way that is taught in Buddha Dharma. It's the life of Buddha. And this middle way between gluttony, I guess I could use the word, and, you know, extreme denial. Find a middle way. And this can be, if we choose, a good guide for us in leading our daily lives. Uh, you know, Buddha Dharma is not saying give up everything you have. Everybody give up everything and just be a minimalist. Yeah. And it's also saying, maybe best to kind of moderate our indulgences a little bit. Maybe it's up to each of us individually to decide. Um, and try a middle way, a balanced way between these two extremes. That's the first middle way. And you guys, again, those of you who are practiced and learned in Dharma know that throughout these teachings, there are lots of middle ways, the middle ways of existence between inherent existence and non-existence. The middle way of wisdom is between those two, the middle way of wisdom realizing emptiness, which we'll get to as we go through the Four Noble Truths, and many, many other middle ways. I found in my daily life, kind of over the years, kind of finding the middle way in all aspects of life is a sweet spot that I can aspire to. So, Gautama says, I've got to do this. I've got to find this path. I've got to, the path of these two extreme paths, not the way. Um, he grew up in his household. He was in the household of a Brahmin household where they practiced the Vedas. He became very knowledgeable, learned in the Vedas, concluded that isn't a path that leads to complete and ultimate liberation from suffering. He said, I must find a path. He said, I must find a path. I will find a path. Sits down under a Bodhi tree, finds a Bodhi tree, sits down, and he says to himself, I will not rise until I have found a path that leads to complete and permanent liberation from suffering. And the word permanent liberation, the word permanent is important within this context because he's talking not just liberation from the suffering of this lifetime, but the liberation from suffering of all of my future lifetimes. That is to say, to extricate himself up and out of samsara, get himself up and off of the wheel of karma, so no longer subject to the laws of actions and effects. He has risen above, transcended that. He sits down under the Bodhi tree and says, I will find this path. I must find this path. I will not rise until I find this path. He sits under the tree for a while. I'm almost out of time. Um, Sits under the tree for a period of time and is tormented by a demon, an obstructing spirit called Mara, named Mara. Some of you might have heard of Mara. Yeah. Mara appeared to him in the form of beautiful dancing maidens, offering um, sensuous pleasures. Yeah. Beautiful ornaments, beautiful garments. No, no, come this way. Come to this path of pleasure, Mara says to Buddha. Mara also manifests in the form of fearsome warriors, like hurling spears at Siddhartha Gautama as he's trying to find this path under the Bodhi tree. Um, he stays away from all of these temptations and all of these attacks. Little secret about Mara. Mara was his mind, was the part of his mind that was obstructing, or for whatever reason didn't feel that he was worthy or ready or whatever to attain the peace of nirvana. He wasn't swayed by the attacks or the sensuous invitations. And when the sun arose one morning, he had achieved the path. He had completed the path. He had found the path to liberation from suffering. And he touches his middle finger. He's out there under a Bodhi tree by himself. Bodhi, by the way, means enlightenment. He's out there by himself under this tree, and he says, "I'm by myself." He says, I must have a witness to this, to the discovering of this path, this discovering of this path of salvation. And there was no one around. He was the only one. So he said, the earth will be my witness. And he touches the middle finger, extends over his right knee with his middle hand, the middle finger of his right hand touches the earth. And that's why you see some statues, some paintings of Buddha with that hand position, his finger, middle finger touching the earth with the earth bearing witness to what he has accomplished. So amazing story, amazingly beautiful. And I know too, I can't continue. I'm really committed. I'm committed to ending on time. We will, in Monday's class, we will talk about what the monk formerly known as Gautama, now known as Buddha, awakened one, what he did. What do you do after you've achieved full and permanent awakening? That's what we'll discuss on Monday. Yeah. Thanks, you guys. Have a great weekend. Yeah, you're
Thank you,
most
Jeff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
bye, everybody.
Bye.